Hi, this is Daniel Nugent, painter and decorator. So yeah, on this job I've got a few things to do to prime. They want this in a colour. As you can see, it's like in wood stain at the moment. I've got filler to block out, so I've done all my prep and rubbing down, sanding back and everything. And also over here, folks, there was a damp patch, so damp coming through there, so there'll be stains coming through if I put emulsion straight over that, especially that bit there. So we've got a few multiple things to do, and this mirror as well, they want that kind of painting in a colour as well. So I was sent this from Paintwell, which is now Brewers. So basically it's a little tester kit, because this new Dulux Trade Uni Primer is meant to be the ultimate kind of primer, interior, exterior, all surfaces. So it's meant to get, you know, good stain blocking ability. It's you know, it dries quick. I mean, look, touch dry, 30 minutes, you can recoat over it in an hour with anything you want. So water based, so this should be happy days. So I'm doing the rest of the woodwork in a colour. So I'm doing it in a little green colour. So they even said, yeah, we'll mix this Uni Primer to the little green colour as your base coat, you know, primer undercoat type thing, and you go straight over old gloss like that, you know, old solvent gloss. So I've got this mixed in the colour. So I'm intrigued to see, you know, if it does what it says on the tin. So let's start the old process and see how we get on. So you get the little tester here. Obviously it's just in white, but with the tester kit you get wood, okay, and that's got like a plasticky feel to it. So it's obviously like an MDF sort of plasticky finish. You've got a tile. Oh, you've got like, I don't know what that is. Again, it's like some sort of you know, man-made wood thing. Again, another sort of metal. This is a metal piece of metal, which is like got a galvanized coating on. Piece of like perspex, and then you got kind of like, again, like another. Don't know what that is. Almost feels just like plaster. I think that's plasterboard. So I think what it's trying to tell you is, if I start painting that over all this, then it you know, like the scratch test, it will like show how good this stuff is. So but also want to use it for this as well. So yeah, I might start putting it on the fireplace. Well, put a little dab on all this, see how we get on, and then start hitting this fireplace. So far so good. Application feels nice. Yeah, it goes on quite thick, as you can see. Let's show you here, look at that. So yeah, it's got a nice sort of flow to it, but coverage is really good as well. So quite impressed with that so far. From that to that, I mean, I'm putting this white on first as a little sample for you, but you know, I will put the proper that one I bought, the actual coloured one they mixed up for me, over the top of it. Could have gone straight on with that, but I just wanted to show you what it would be like in white, if that makes sense, if you needed to white something up. So it's drying out over here. It's all drying out nicely. It doesn't really affect the brush much either, because usually for this I'd use Bin Aqua by Zinsser, and then probably put Caparol Haftprimer over it. So that's two products. Where with this, you could just use the one, you see, get it tinted to whatever colour you want. So it saves you buying two different products. Plus, with the Bin Aqua, you've got to watch, because when you start using it, your brush kind of stiffens up. You've got to keep chucking it in water as you're using it, because it dries out so quick. But this sort of gives you a lot of time. You know, even like this little brush here, I haven't used it for a bit because I've been using the bigger brush, but it still stays soft, which is a good sign as well. So yeah, so far so good, folks. And I've done the little sample tests there. So we'll let that dry and see how that goes on. We'll do the little scratch test later on, see if it lives up to its name. So basically it's got a lot of key benefits, as you can see here. Let's have a little read of that. So it goes over absolutely everything. Dries in, touch dry in half an hour. You can recoat. So it says 3 hours here. Yeah, I would say that's probably about right because it needs time to cure. But even if you do it on skirtings and you get the carpet fitters in, always leave it, tell the customer about 7 days, let it cure properly, although it'll all feel dry and solid. You know, so it goes over everything. I mean, this will do tanning, so you can paint like stained staircases back into white if you want. A lot of people want that these days. Smoke damage, like, I mean, water stains. This is quite good actually. So yeah, I'm going to try it now on a water stain. Okay. So this area here of the house, so we've got all this damp coming through. Look, stained it all yellow. I've sort of scraped it all back, skimmed it up, rubbed it down. But as you can see, there's like stains that have come through. So that's ideal to try this out. And also this pipe here, you can see all the copper, the green running down it. So it does say no need to sand down. So yeah, you know, I'm pretty intrigued by it because, as I say, mix it in any colour you want. They do 1 litres, 2.5s and 5 litres, interior, exterior. So it should be happy days. I mean, I am a Haftprimer fan by Caparol. You know, similar product, very good product. But I'm thinking of the tanning thing, you know, the bleeding thing, because even like exterior work, when you're using it on, when you're going over like old wood that you've repaired, and sometimes you'll get this sort of thing happening through the wood repair that you've done, like the damp still sort of comes out and stains everything. And Haftprimer doesn't really cure tanning. You have to use like maybe a bin Aqua or like an exterior Otex, like, you know, a solvent one or something like that. So if this does it all, then this could be happy days, folks. Right. So the last thing I want to try on now is this bare plaster filler. Okay, so we'll get that on there, and yeah, of course it's gonna cover nicely. So I was just thinking off the top of my head, I wonder all this can be used in a bathroom, if that makes sense. Like, you know, when you get real bad peeling ceilings and stuff like that, I wonder if this will be a good primer to put on first before, kind of like a sort of anti-mold paint or something like that. Right, so that's everything all on now. So that's your wood stain, your water stain and filler and bare plaster, and them samples I did that you get, the little kit. So yeah, we'll test it all out. We'll do a little scratch test soon, and I'll either give it the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Okay, so folks, everything's done, dried out. I probably did all this about 3 hours ago, like it sort of says. So I just want to do the scratch test. So I'll put it on a slightly heavier here, just to sort of try it out again. I just want to see what it looks like, because it is quite thin, if that makes sense. But yeah, solid. And it's got a nice feel to it as well, almost like a plasticky feel. So very good. Yeah, good. Really tough, really tough. That's metal, ceramic metal, perspex, you know, sort of normal board, plasterboard, wood. This is like very glossy wood, stuck to it. Yeah, no need to sand down apparently. So yeah, let's just look at over here as well where that stain was. Yeah, it's totally blocked it out, so it's good. So it does do water stains, and it does do over old varnished woodwork, etc. So basically no tanning coming through. There's none of that yellow horrible stuff coming through. Sticks to absolutely everything. So even if you want to change your tiles in your kitchen or bathroom, you don't have to, just paint over them. You know, use this first and even get it mixed in a colour, you know, like I have here, which I'm going to use for the rest of the wood. And as I say, they mix it to anything, you know, and it says in here like all their own sort of colours and stuff. And yeah, it's a no-brainer really. I might actually go over to this now because it saves me carrying 2 different products with me in the van. Oh, I might need that for that and that for that. This does it all, and it actually does work. I'm very impressed by it, very impressed. So well done, Dulux. I like it. And I think I'll have it as my go-to undercoat now. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more hints, tips, and product reviews on painting and decorating. Good honest reviews from an honest decorator. These are proper real jobs I'm on. I don't get paid for any of this. These just get a freebie sent out to me now and again from different companies to try out. But yeah, love it. Well done, Dulux. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Cheers.